Okay, this is video 4C, C as in cat, of Freud. A couple of terms here want to look at. Masochism, that is in a sexual way harming self or others. Sadism is harming others. So I just wanted to bring those two terms to you. Now we're going to be talking about the defense mechanisms. These are kind of an interesting concept because remember, the id cannot stand any tension. So if for some reason bad news gets to the id just really doesn't know how to handle it, and it's difficult to say what will happen as a result of this. So a defense mechanism then is a way that the ego mellows the material, doesn't make it quite as severe until the id is able to handle it. Now, this is arguably, there could be other interpretations of this, but this is my interpretation, and I would be happy to hear any other form of interpretation for this. Defense mechanisms will deny or distort reality. An example that I will make will say denial is a defense mechanism. Someone passes away that's close to us. It's sad to say, and I hope that doesn't infer anyone here that is listening to this, but it does happen. And so one of the close reactions is that we say, I just can't believe that the person is gone. They are in denial. They are denying reality. Or possibly they're distorting reality. If someone has been harmed, we'll say like in an automobile accident, we'll say, well, they're going to be okay. It's just going to take a little time to heal. So even though the injury is serious and maybe lifelong, so we deny or distort reality. And actually the ego mellows. The ego mellows the news of a concern until the id is able to handle it. Now, we have various types of defense mechanisms, and again, I will emphasize that Anna Freud did a lot of work on these defense mechanisms. Repression. Repression is putting material into the unconscious. Into the unconscious. I know I visited with individuals who've been abused, sexually abused, and they didn't really feel as though they were part of the actual abuse. This was from their own words, that they were floating up above what was happening and they were looking down upon it. Some individuals who may be sexually abused may imagine themselves in another area, in another place. Fathers abusing children, sexually abusing children. And the children do not remember this abuse, and they will say, Daddy, I love you. You're my daddy. Because they don't remember the harm that has taken place. Okay, so that is repression. Then we have reaction formation. This is taking on a posture different than what we actually think or we actually believe. I'm here, I'm located in Chadron, and so let's say that a committee was formed to go into the video stores, which we don't have too many of, but just play along with me. Go into the video stores, and they're going to have them get rid of all of the X-rated, double X-rated, triple X-rated, I don't know how many X ratings they have, but they're going to get rid of all of these videos because they do not feel as though that they're really part of our community. So then I agree, we've got to get rid of the videos. But then I volunteer and say, maybe I should review all of those videos so we don't throw out something that we shouldn't be throwing out. This is a type of reaction formation. Excuse me. Displacement is, I'll give you an example of this. Being angry at the instructor because they put too many videos on and I have to watch the videos. And your little pup is sitting there beside you, or your cat. And so you kick your cat or your little pup, your dog, displacing the anger that you may have for watching these videos. I mean, I hope you don't have anger, but just as an example. So they're displacing that. Fixation. Fixation is a stop, ceasing, whatever word we want to put, in the development of an individual. So many individuals will develop so far. A pedophile may sexually develop until they're about 10 years old. So even though they may be 40 or 50 years old, they still have in their mind that they're a 10-year-old, and that could contribute, not in all cases. I want you to understand that, not in all cases, but it could contribute to sexual abuse. Regression. An example of regression, we'll say that a 4-year-old is in the home and mommy comes home with an infant. She's just given birth to this infant, and she comes home with the infant, and the 4-year-old sees all of the attention that the infant is receiving, and so maybe the 4-year-old starts to soil himself as far as wetting his pants and so forth. Projection. This is kind of interesting because many times individuals will talk about projection when they talk about a negative quality of someone else. They may not like that quality because that is the quality that they possess. Introjection is a little bit different. Introjection is kind of like hero worship. And so we take on some of the characteristics of a hero that we have in hopes of living a better life. Even though we don't have this characteristic, we attempt to take it on and, like I say, hero worship. Sublimation. Sublimation is kind of interesting, and one of the aspects of sublimation is engaging in those behaviors that some way satisfy a basic need, a previous basic need, or a basic need that has been handed down through generations. I mean, there's quite a few interpretations that could be put on this. And sublimation, then, we will say that an individual likes to go out and be a sword fighter. But to make this socially acceptable, working with knives and so forth, or working with a sharp instrument, they will say, hey, instead of that, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to become a physician, or I'm going to become a surgeon. And that will satisfy my desire to handle and work with sharp knives. Now, this is video C. I hope everything is going well with you. And we'll be looking at video D, the stages of development. There will be material in assignments on this, and I will explain that at the end of the videos. So until the next video, have a good day.